This is Mike and Miriam Risko from Mike Risko Music, and you're watching Around the Piano at 216 Creator Studios.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Around the Piano. We're at the NAMM show, and we're talking about the essence of music at the NAMM show. And we've got some wonderful guests here today, fellow music store owners, and we have one NAMM board member and a nominated band board member. So we're going to get into that a little bit too. And you'll have to excuse us. We're working with one mic today. The lavaliers, we didn't have enough, so we're going to pass the mic each time somebody's talking. So I just want to introduce everybody and let them each tell us a little bit about yourself and a little background to get started. Let's start on the far end. So Jenna Day of Day Violin.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jenna Day, and my husband and Jason and I co-own Day Violins. We're a full-service string shop. So we rent, sell, repair, and have accessories. We also have a music studio where we teach private lessons. And we're very heavily involved in the community where we do music education advocacy and boots on the ground work and try and bring solutions to the table to make sure that everybody has an opportunity for music. Our motto is talent is universal, opportunity is not. And we provide the opportunity.
Very nice. My name is Mike Risko. I'll let you give the talk about what exactly we do, because we do so many things, but we've been in the business. We've had our business for 30 years. We do a lot of different things. We do have a retail music store, retail music online website, a music school. We do musical theater, rent instruments. Boy, we do so many things. We have a band, the Mike Risko Band. Actually, we're playing here at the NAMM show Saturday at 2 o'clock. Check that out on the center stage. What else do we do, Miriam?
I think you got everything, Mike. Oh, I am Miriam Risko. I am the other half of Mike Risko Music School and Store in Ossining, New York.
That's awesome. Yeah, what is so cool is that all of us, we all think outside the box with operating the music stores, and we do so much. But there's a common thread, the music education. That's really important, and I think that's a passion we all have. How many kids have gone through our stores over the last decades and now are out? Maybe they're making music, maybe they're not, but they had that opportunity to do music with the way that we do things. Now, Jenna, I know that you're very involved in the music education and the advocacy. In fact, I believe you're talking at the show this year about that. Am I right? Oh, you just did it? Okay. Look, I'm going to hand you the mic and repeat that and tell us about the careers in music.
So the Riskos and myself, we just did the Careers in Music presentation with Eric Eibel, who is he's one of the NAMM cornerstones for the Careers in Music. He does a lot of the marketing and promotion. And we talked about how we are promoting in the community the Careers in Music agenda, how it's very important that we have the knowledge base and also the applicable base. So the knowledge base meaning that we know about what you can do with music education, but also other careers that you can do. But then the applicable base meaning that you have to have the skills necessary in order to apply those skills to then go into the different careers that you have in music. And so we just had that conversation with music education leaders from all states. I think there's a lot of states represented, but also national leaders. We had NAFME, ASTA, a lot of the MEA people that were there also. So a lot of very key players to be able to bring that solution to the table.
So we've been educating students in our community and from around the country through our social media for a long time, 30 years of educating. I've written a series of 4 guitar instructional books that we use as the core curriculum for our music school. That's been really exciting. We're going to be doing some really cool things with those books this year, and I would like to write some more. But I think that's one of the cores that really drives us is the music education and sharing the love and creation of music.
And we're also doing a session on community events. It's at NAMU on Friday at 12. So we do a lot of community engagement and community events in our community and the surrounding towns. So we'll be talking about that and giving people some insight into how they can also do things like that.
That's awesome. In fact, we're doing a session on piano marketing at 12 noon on Friday, so we're going to miss each other's. Yeah, we're gonna catch it. Tell us a little bit about the events that you're going to be talking about and what you're going to suggest that people do that they maybe haven't thought of doing yet that you're going to talk about.
So my concept about community events is to make them as unique as possible and to sort of find a space where something is missing where we can fill that void. So for example, we are going to talk about Make Music Day, which we started in our community 10 years ago. And there aren't any other communities doing Make Music Day. So we've gotten very engaged in that, and we try to put music in very unique places. We don't have a whole lot of venues in our area, so we find that really interesting to kind of bring more music. It's a great opportunity to bring more music in. And then we're going to talk about some other interesting things we've done. One of them was, we're musicians, so we can also provide live music for events. And so we're doing every year we do the community bonfire in a neighboring town. So we go and we play and we run the song, the sing-along. And we sort of it adds so much life when you have live music. So I think that's sort of like what we're also bringing to the table in addition to the event itself.
I agree totally. That Make Music Day, if you don't take advantage of that, you're missing something, because that's where you can really get the community involved. We've been doing Make Music Day, I think, as long as you guys have been doing it. And we do a thing called the Piano Man Jam, where we get as many people to come into the store, and they're welcome to sit down, grab a piano, and we all play Piano Man at the exact same time. So it's cool and fun. And now you also are involved in Make Music Day, I know, as too, right? You have not yet? Okay. So Jenna's going to start doing Make Music Day this year. Yeah. 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 I'm going to ask you two first. I'll ask Mike first. A reigning NAMM board member. It started last year as your first year of a 3-year term, right? So what has changed this past year, and what's the focus and the mission going forward? Anything new? And we've got a new president, John Malesnik, as well, too, and he's doing a great job from what I can see going forward, too.
Well, I think, one of the initiatives, of course, which we just talked about, is careers in music, and kind of bringing that out to the communities and the public to sort of discuss this music industry, because it isn't just about performing and teaching. There's so many other things, as we're doing right now, and ways that you can make a living in the music industry is one of the initiatives for sure. I'm excited to see how the music product and retail industry is changing. And I think it's fascinating just to see how retail, I think it's going to be different. I think we're going to see a lot of changes coming in such a great way, taking advantage of social media platforms and other ways of doing retail. I think it's time to make a change, and I think we're going to see that.
And then Jenna, as you're nominated, so what are your visions? What are you going to bring to the table this coming year when you take over?
So for the first time ever, I'm looking at NAMM in a completely different way. It's a new perspective. Normally I come to the NAMM show to get ideas on how to run my business. This year I'm looking at it from the perspective of who am I going to be representing on the board. So reading the room is very important to me this year. I want to visit some of the lesser knowns, like the worship. They have a whole worship center place that they talk about the worship, and there's, all the things that I've never tried to experience, I'm going to try and experience. And I won't get to do everything, but I'm going to try and at least see it from the lens of the people walking the halls, the people that are in the booths, the people that are performing. There's a whole new perspective that I've got. What I'll bring to the table is fresh ideas and solutions to problems that might arise, and my perspective that I have as all the things that I've got. I'm very excited and very honored to actually be nominated for the board. I'm excited about it. So.
Well, I think it's great, both of you. I think we're in good hands with you guys being on the board now. And now there's board meetings that happen here at the show as well, right? So that'll be coming up. So it'll be exciting. NAMM has taken on, I think we're finally back full force this year, it seems like. Just peering in from the outside. You see the big Gibson sign inside now. The big companies are coming back. So I think it's important. I think all of us have learned over the years. We have learned so much, and our businesses have made big strides during the years because of NAMM and things that we came to see here. Sometimes we would come to NAMM and just get one little idea from one little session or one vendor, and it was worthwhile coming to the show. Now giving back to the community is and to the organization that helps us, I think it's a great thing. So I'm going to ask you guys something else. So when you come to NAMM, obviously there's a lot of work involved, and you're doing it for the business. What do you guys do for fun? Do you go to Disneyland? Go to Huntington Beach? I know you were on the beach before.
I love Disney, but we've gone almost every year, and we're probably not going to go this year. We brought our youngest with us, and she's 18, and I don't think I probably am the only one who wants to go. So if anyone wants to go with me, are you serious? You know I'll take you up on that.
You know, one of the things I think is interesting for a lot of us is, you know, it's a blessing and a curse, because my hobby and my favorite thing to do besides hang out with my wife is play guitar, you know, and look at equipment and learn, study music and practice. And, you know, at my age now, I still do the same thing. I'm still looking at the next pedal and the next guitar and the next thing I'm going to practice and the next thing I'm going to write about. And I find it so exciting. But, you know, it's there sometimes at work and my hobby, it's just all one and the same. So in a way, it's great. I mean, I'm kind of working 24/7. I wake up thinking about it and I go to sleep thinking about it. But I find that kind of an interesting way to spend my life because I love it so much.
So we've actually been really fortunate that my husband's family a lot of them are from this area. So today he's not here because he went to go clean the graves of his grandparents and his uncle. So that's why he's not here today. And then he has an aunt and uncle and a cousin that are up in Thousand Oaks. And so they're up there. Today that's what he's doing. Yesterday we watched the sunset. I'm originally from the West Coast, and so you can take the girl out of the West Coast, but you can't take the West Coast out of a girl. So I had to watch the sunset, stick my toes in the water. So it was nice to come a little day early and just have that kind of downtime. Running a small business is a lot of work, as we all know, and just kind of regroup a little bit. And of course, the weather helps. It's 17 degrees in Virginia right now. Beautiful weather out here. So sitting out here has been wonderful. So I also seeing people, like just before this podcast, running into so many different people that I give a hug to, and just those hugs are just amazing. You know, it's a rejuvenation, and I think that's part of the downtime that we have, is that rejuvenation. It's all part of that NAMM feeling where we just start to reconnect and we remind ourselves why we're here. I remember the first time I came, I wrote 56 pages of notes. I even wrote to NAMM and told them that. I said, I wrote 56 pages of notes because I had no idea how amazing NAMM was and the benefits I would receive from it. So, catalogs, magazines, the swag, all the stuff that we used to, all those things. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, no, 56 pages of notes. That was me.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask a real tough question now. All right, because this is NAMM and we have fun. Music people have fun, like Mike was alluding to. You wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. You go to bed at night, you're thinking about it. Bobby and I do the same thing. We obsess over it sometimes, probably sometimes too much. But Bobby, my wife Bobby, we started our business in 1990, but it was interesting, the same thing that you just said. She's from Connecticut, so you can't take the Connecticut out of her either. So we get back there to do that as well. But this is the big one, and this will tell everybody a lot about each of us. Your very first concert and your favorite concert.
My first concert was Duran Duran at Madison Square Garden, and I was in like the 10th row. Yeah, so, and a friend brought me, and I remember I'd never been to a concert before, and my mom was like, wait, you're going to a concert with a friend? So that was my first concert. I do love them. I still love them. And what was the other question? My favorite? Well, so I love Alanis Morissette and Melissa Etheridge and the Indigo Girls, and we've seen them all a bunch of times. Near us, actually, we've gotten to see the Indigo Girls in Portchester at the Capitol Theater, and Melissa Etheridge at Tarrytown Music Hall, which is small venues by us. And then we saw Melissa Etheridge. She did a one-woman show on Broadway where she basically told her story and played her songs, and it was amazing. And then we got to chat with her for a minute afterwards, so that was really fun.
So my first concert was the Talking Heads, and I was in 7th grade, I think. So that was probably, I don't know, the early 80s. And that was at Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. And then my favorite concert, I don't know, that's a tough one. You know, I love so many different musicians, but I used to see Santana at the Pier in New York, which is right next to the Intrepid off the West Side Highway. Saw him there a few times. Great shows always. I saw the Arms show, which was a benefit for Ronnie Lane, and that was with Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and Jimmy Page. That was a great concert. That was at Madison Square Garden. It was amazing, and I bumped into Simon Phillips here at a Tama event, and I said, "Hey, I saw you in 1985," and he said, "No, you didn't," and I said, "No, I did," and he said, "Well, no, you didn't, because it was 1984. So something like that. So that concert was great, and yeah, Jeff Beck, one of my favorite players, but those guys.
So my first concert that they're talking about was I got free tickets to Howard Jones, which was fun. But my favorite concert, I have to say, was just a couple weeks ago when my daughter played in the local high school orchestra. Like, I just love watching her play. And since I'm the booster president, we sell donuts to help the orchestra. And that was probably, you know, I think the latest concert that I go to is my favorite. I think it just depends on what it is, because we are so involved in music and I really want to come up and see the Riskos and their element. I'm hoping to come on Saturday to their live show here too. But I think that was my favorite concert, was just seeing my daughter play, you know, so.
I love that answer, the last concert. Yeah, so maybe if we go see you guys Saturday, we won't watch anything else at that point, right? Well, the other thing that this question, or that the answers tell you, you'll get it when I tell you my answer. My first concert was Three Dog Night. So that was 1969, 1970, 71. Shut up, Drew. And yeah, I did backwards even, yeah. But my favorite concert, again, there's so many because we've been to so many concerts being in the music business before. But I have to say my favorite one, my wife and I, our song at our wedding that we did together at our wedding is called Coming from the Rain, which was written by Melissa Manchester. So, we're kind of friends with her. We've been in touch with her because she sang the song to us from the stage twice. Yeah, so that has to be our favorite. Oh yeah, Don't Cry Out Loud. Yeah, Midnight Blue. I love talking music. This is so much fun. But yeah, and I did tell you that was the last question, but it's not, because somebody named Suzanne, who we all know, Suzanne Del Fiorentino. I'm asking this for her. So on behalf of a friend, what's your favorite cheese?
Oh my gosh. I love cheese, like all cheese. Wait, this is going to be tricky. I like, what do I like? Any truffle cheese? Anything with truffle? Or like a smoked Gouda? But like a good piece of cheddar also is like, I'm cool with that too.
Cheese. I've never been asked this question before. But I'm going to say I like hard cheeses, and I'm going to say a good chunk of Parmesan cheese. I mean, I will take like a chunk of that and just eat it. So, and it's alive, so it's good. Yeah.
So I'm originally from Oregon, Portland, Oregon area, Eastern Oregon, but Portland, Oregon area, and Tillamook. We used to go to the Tillamook factory as kids and drive by the cows eating the beautiful green Oregon grass on the coast of Oregon. So anything Tillamook cheese is my favorite. I know the Wisconsins are, yeah, but anything Tillamook, go Tillamook. And my husband will laugh at that because he thinks I'm a snob.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we live 20 minutes from Wisconsin, so that again, we have plenty of access to cheese there too. And by the way, I apologize for going after my notes here all the time. Yeah, lay him down, put something on him, and lay him down. Okay, a producer question.
What's up, folks? It's your boy Cappuccino. Hey, make sure if you like this episode that you go to our old Google box there to YouTube. Hit our live tab, 216 Creator Studios. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you ding that bell for future notifications. We appreciate your support. So one big question that I have, and this can go around the table real quick before we end the show. For any starving artist out there, what would be your advice about how they move up into the world today?
So at the beginning of the podcast, I talk about talent is universal, opportunity is not. Look for opportunities that you can find in your local community where you're at to be able to either volunteer, find an internship, collaborate, any kind of opportunity that you can find that will get you in the door to a place that you're looking to move up to. There's a plethora of opportunities and there's a plethora of abilities if you're looking for them, but sometimes you have to do the hard work. Sometimes you have to have the grit and determination to do it, but most musicians do. So you just have to look for those opportunities, and you can reach out to a NAMM member at any time. Any NAMM member will help you, guide you. There's people that we know that we can suggest. We can drop your name. We can do introductions. I do email introductions all the time to people. I introduce them and, all of those kind of things. So definitely put your name out there. Find the people that have those opportunities because you'll be able to find it.
I would say to really work on building your skill set. So if you want to be a great musician, practice. If you build your skill set on all the things that are involved in this industry, from accounting and bookkeeping and people skills and social media marketing, and just work hard and don't waste your time doing things that are, like scroll hole, don't do it. Like do the right thing and work.
Networking. I am a huge fan of getting to know as many people as possible and really understanding what they do and just meeting people and talking to people and, finding a network of people that you can communicate with. And if you have a question or something like that, you'll always have somebody to reach out to. And I think that's really, really important.
Those are great answers, and I love all of that. And I think the advice I would give everybody: get to a NAMM show and talk to people, ask questions. That's the best thing to do. Right here in California, if you're anywhere else in the country, this is the place you want to be in January for sure. Thank you guys for being with us today. That was fun. We'll have to do this again. You got anything going during the year? Maybe we can do it. We can do a remote broadcast. Yeah, it'd be fun. We'll do that. Once again, thanks for watching Around the Piano, and we'll see you next time.
Got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. fresh air. I don't wanna be adored for what I merely represent to you. I don't wanna be your babysitter. You're a very big boy. No, I don't wanna be your mother. I didn't carry you in my womb for 9 months. Show me the back door. Visiting hours are 9 to 5. If I show up at 6:10, well, I already know that you'll find some way to sneak me in and know. Many times I've tried to tell you. Many times I've cried alone. Always I'm surprised how well you cut my feelings to the bone. Don't wanna leave you really. I've invested too much time to give you up that easy to the doubts that complicate your mind. We belong to the light, belong to the thunder. We belong to the sound of the words we both falling under. Whatever we deny or embrace, for worse or for better, we belong together. Needing to sign of weakness when I don't know what to say. Maybe I just wouldn't know what to do with my strength anyway. Have we become a habit? Do we distort the facts? Now there's no looking forward. Now there's no turning back. When you say we belong to the light, we belong to the thunder. We belong to the sound of the words we both falling under. Whatever we deny or embrace, for worse or for better, we belong together. Close your eyes and try to sleep now. Close your eyes and try to dream. Clear your mind and do your best to try and wash the palate clean. We don't begin to know how much we really care. I hear your voice inside me. Sing with me. I see your face.